Hi guys, I hope 2021 is starting great for you guys. Um this topic is about me, and it's a long time coming. So you're going to hear me um just talk about me and my story and how I came into ties with my fitness journey and being a mom and everything like that. So here goes everything, I guess, or here goes nothing. I don't know. My promise to myself for 2021 is to do everything with fear. This wasn't something, not with fear, but more of anxiousness and self-awareness. I don't know, but I'm just the type that I love helping others. And whenever I have my own information or I get information, I like to share it with people that I know and love. And I try to help out as many people as I can. So I wanted to start by saying that as a mom, it's a lot. You know what I mean? It's it's a position in life that I chose to be a mom. But with being a mom, there's, a lot of things that as a woman, some people go through more things than others. This is my story called life, and I have learned so much from the beginning until now. And I would like to share that with you, because I don't know who is in need of listening to this or watching this video, or maybe they're going through something and they can familiarize themselves with what I'm saying. So with that being said, I know that you guys always see me posting my 3 kids and my fitness journey. I'm talking about these 2 things in particular because they do go together. Me and my husband, we've been together for 14 years. And at the beginning, everything was fast. Like, we met, the year after we got pregnant, and so forth and so on. And 2007, my first pregnancy, I was pregnant with my daughter, Griselda. And I had a miscarriage. I was 5 months pregnant. My baby girl came into this world like a little sleeping angel. She was 1 pound, and she was stillborn. That just means that she was born without life. So I have been wanting to do this video for such a long time, and today was just one of those days that I'm looking at my children and being so grateful that I have them, but never forgetting my 2 angels that I have above. So in total, I do have 5 kids. I have 3 living, which I'm so grateful for, and I have 2 of my angels that watch over me every single day, and I never forget them at all. That's something that whoever has lost a child, whether you're young, middle age, or old, you will never forget that child. And it's something that you hold dear in your heart. And going through this journey, it's something that I've learned to have just faith in. And I've helped out others who have had similar losses, just to be there for them. Because in a time that you have had a loss, you don't want to hear nothing. You don't want to hear anything about, Dios sabe lo que hace. God knows what he's doing. Like, that's the last thing that you want to hear at that moment, because you're so upset. You're so hurt. You're so empty, you know? So when I lost my daughter, I gave birth to her naturally. I held her My mom was there, my husband, my godmother. Those were the only people in the room. And I remember like it was yesterday, I had said, everyone is holding her. I don't want to hear anything that, I don't want to hear anyone crying when we leave from this room. I don't want to hear anything from you guys. I don't care about what anyone has to say outside of this room. This is my baby girl. This is my angel. And that's her. That's my baby. And that was my firstborn. You guys might be asking yourselves, what happened? Well, the day that I found out that she had passed away, I don't remember. It was like such a blur, but I don't remember them taking my blood pressure. So to this day, I really feel that that was the cause. Because if you have high blood pressure, you're stressed out, like clearly it's gonna put a stop to the growth of the baby, because you're stressed out. When you're stressed out, what does your body do? Your body just tenses up and it just goes like this. It's not relaxed like it's supposed to. So I did not bury her. I just, held her, and I made a promise to her and to God that I would just give her to NYU so they can find out what happened. So fast forward, I honestly feel that it was that. I honestly feel, and deep in my heart, that it was that. They did tell me that her umbilical cord didn't fully like expand, so all the air and all the nutrition can go to her. So that was that. How did I circum that situation? I'm still not over it. My daughter is 14 years old, and even talking about her, like I can feel her. I can, it's something that I cannot explain, but that's my baby. You know what I mean? And I know she's watching over me, and I know she's standing right next to me saying, Mom, it's okay. Share your life with others, because you don't know who you're going to touch. You don't know who needs to watch this. You don't know who's going through it right now, and they just don't know, because other people that are there trying to console them, they don't understand. So just, do what you can. How did I didn't want to deal with anyone asking me questions. I've had, at that time, people asking me like, oh, but what happened? And I was like such in a cloud of, I felt like a zombie. A cloud of, like, I guess, in denial. It was such a weird feeling to come to that conclusion. But it has brought me closer to some people. What I did at that time was, my mom, she was like, what is it that you want to do? And I was like, I want to go to Disney. I want to go to my uncle's house. I want to go to Florida. I don't want to be here. Like, I want to go to the happiest place on earth. And to me, that was Disney World. We stayed out there for like a whole month. I had my bereavement time from work and my paid time and blah, blah, blah. And at the time, me and Willie were dating. So, he came along, and we just, made the best of it. But physically, having kids now and having, and not having a child to breastfeed at the time, that was hard. That was my reminder every single day of, you don't have a baby. What are you going to do now with these breasts filled of milk? And I just remember the pain that I went through. But thank God for my aunt in Dominican, in Florida. She has heard, just massage your boob and just ordeñatela, like, so we spent like a month or so. But at that time, I became closer to my best friend now. And I remember just visiting her and seeing her baby. And he was the most beautiful little person that I've ever seen. And to me, I feel like I have such a connection with him because he has the same age as my daughter. And that's my best friend. I love her kids. I feel like they're my own because the times that I have lost my children, she had her kids around the same time. So my connection, like, I feel like those are my kids too. Sorry, but so we became closer on that level. Like, that was the first person that I ever spoke to about my daughter. And as I was talking to her, it just felt good to talk to her about my daughter. And just reliving the thoughts and the pain. Now it's like so fresh to me. Like, I haven't cried like this in a really long time. Because I've been so busy, like, you know, being a mom, being a wife, being a daughter, being a friend. But this is exactly why I wanted to come on here and just speak on what I have gone through, because it hasn't been easy at all. And I'm always looking forward to help people, and it's my passion. It's something else out of this world. Every time I hear, I'm not looking to, you know, to always hear about someone that's losing a child. No, I have had friends, close friends, that have lost a child, and it's like, clearly I connect with them, with their pain. But I felt better talking to her about my daughter, and it was just like such a warm blanket talking to her, that it was like, oh my God, this this is my healing process. So spiritually, my healing process started from there, mentally as well. But physically, it was, my weight was just, my body was still acting like it was pregnant. She was born in April 21st, and I was supposed to give birth in August. So throughout that time, you know, I'm keeping busy. I'm trying my best just to keep busy. But once August hit, forget it. It was like, I didn't get postpartum depression at the beginning, but it was one of my then friends' baby shower, and I remember her asking me, oh, can you walk me into my baby shower? And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, sure, da-da-da. But when the time came, like a switch came, and I'm like, hold up. Today was supposed to be my baby shower. Like, that grieving mom came up, and it was like, at the moment, it was just bad. Like, I didn't go to the baby shower like that. Like, I was freaking out in my own house, and it was just so hard to comprehend and to put like my faith and my heart emotion, like I have a lot of faith, but at that moment, like, it just set me off. I didn't want to go. Like, why? Today was supposed to be my baby shower. And then I just shook it off. My husband was like, listen, that's your friend, and she asked you to walk her, not even her baby daddy. She asked you to walk her into her own baby shower. Your daughter's with you right now. Our baby's with you. Just have the strength to walk her into the baby shower and just be there for her, the same way that she would be there for you for your baby shower. That's exactly what I did. So fast forward to the year after, 2008, I went to, you know, a couple of doctors to make sure that my uterus was fine, and I did that. And then a couple of months later, I got pregnant with Junior, and with him, it was always something. With my baby, like, you know, this little boy is growing inside of me. It's almost time to almost give birth. And it's like, oh, his measurements, you might have, he might be a little shorter on the other. And I'm like, have you seen my husband? He is 5'3". He's 5'3". His father's 5'3" or 5'2", and his other brother's 5'2", 5'3". Like, my husband is short. Like, what are you telling me? At that time, they were uno se ríe ahora porque Dios es grande. At that time, they were telling me, like, I don't even know how to put it in words because the fury is, like, my fire is just burning right now. And I see this kid and I'm like, thank the Lord that I didn't kill you. Thank the Lord I didn't abort you. They try to say, oh, you have two options. And I'm like, 2 options? Do you have children? No. So I don't have an option. I'm having my baby, whether you like it or not, because you're not the one that's pushing him, or C-section or anything. Willie Jr. was born perfectly fine, and you know, I had him C-section, and I didn't really care as long as he was fine. In my delivery, oh my God, eso fue otro show. When they took him out, they sang happy birthday to him. It was such a beautiful moment, but my baby wasn't crying. Those 2 minutes or 1 minute, I don't even remember. It was the longest waiting time for him to cry. And I'm like, oh my God, please don't do this to me. Like, I wouldn't be able to survive another birth, another, you know, stillborn. And finally he cried and pooped and peed at the same time. Lo and behold, he was stuffed because I had just eaten a tuna fish sandwich before giving birth, which I wasn't supposed to, pero yo tenía hambre, dime. So my little boy, he was, you know, just stuffed to the limit, and he just fell asleep. He was sleeping. So he's perfectly fine now, clearly. 2 years, I made a promise to myself and whoever was there, I think it was my cousin, and I was like, when Junior is 2 years old, by then I should be pregnant again. 2 years came, I did a party at my house. My cousin pulls me over. She's like, you're pregnant. I'm like, how did you know? She's like, because you just, everything is like your boobs, your butt, everything is just there. Your stomach is showing. And I'm like, I told you 2 years ago. And all of that was with God holding my hand, faith. And I was always speaking it into existence. I always said it. I'm like, 2 years after Junior is born, I am going to be pregnant. And that was with Gigi. With Gigi, everything was different. With Gigi, I had high blood pressure. That's how I knew that it was a girl. I had high blood pressure. And I know that I had high blood pressure with Griselda. So let's keep that in mind. I had her with high blood pressure. But I did everything to avoid my blood pressure to go high. So anybody that was trying to stress me out, boo, I was not having it. I was walking to work every single day. I was eating healthier. I was eating my fruits, eating my vegetables, everything. So my pregnancy with her was on a healthier note. And I was planning for a wedding. So she was born in 2010 on Halloween. And I gave birth to her naturally. Yes, a lot of people are going to say, oh, but you had a C-section before that. How is it possible for you to have a natural birth after a C-section? My doctor, she was like, listen, you're perfectly fine. Everything in your inside is perfectly fine. Your walls are perfectly fine and strong. It depends on the doctor that you have and how she motivates you. From the beginning of my pregnancy with Giselle, she was telling me, listen, we're pushing her out, right? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Every appointment, she would always ask me, we're pushing her out, right? Yes, we are. And then by the time you know it, it was time, and Gigi was helping me push her out, and I pushed for 15 minutes. Everything was perfectly fine. My weight, once again, I didn't have time to focus on me. Once again, I didn't have time to focus on me. I didn't have time to really grasp Like, oh my God, like I have 2 kids. I did mentally, yes, of course, you prepare yourself. You know, you have a 2-year-old, you have you're planning your wedding, you have a brand new baby, like, but me in my crazy world and my crazy mind, I love to be busy. So with her, everything was easier. She was such an easy baby. And planning the wedding, it was awesome. I had a great team. At the end of the day, decorating for my hall, they made my dream come true. So I really didn't have to stress so much about that. And also, like, everything was to T, because I was just like nesting at the same time, but I wanted everything to be just perfect for my wedding, for my day. And we got married the following year. So that gave me literally 6 months to lose the weight, to get back on track on my weight, to be a mom of 2, and just to do as much as I can and just, you know, focus on everything else. But guess what? I wasn't really focused on me. After the wedding, 2 weeks later, I went and I tried on my dress because I wasn't able to take a picture of my mom, because it was a crazy day on my wedding day. But I was able to, I was able to take a picture of my mom at home. Ese vestido no me cerraba. My dress, the wedding day, it fit. 2 weeks later, it didn't fit. Remember, I was on no sodium for my pregnancy, so I was eating everything and anything I could find because I missed like that saltiness or whatever. I wasn't paying attention because my wedding done, everything done. So my weight went up. Whatever, that's fine. As long as my kids are healthy and everything is good, that's fine. So that was in 2011. Fast forward, my weight just kept on going up, and I was a size 10. 12 when I was pregnant. 10 was like my maximum. 2017, I became pregnant again, and this time it was a boy. I named him Justin, and that was my loss, my another loss. And I was 4 months pregnant. So with that one, when we went to check, it was scary, but then it was like, what's that next to him? I had a mass that was the size of a newborn baby's placenta. So if anyone has had a baby of like maybe 9 pounds, almost 10, that placenta is huge. I had a fibroid that size growing with my baby, and that's how I lost him. So he saved my life, and I'm grateful for, I'm not grateful for the loss, but I'm grateful that we were able to catch it in time to save me. Because if not, my kids would be with no mom. Because if it would have exploded or anything like that, that would have been super sad. So 2017, I don't even think I have a lot of pictures because I spent the whole summer upstairs working from home. At the time, I was working at an office, and that whole summer I was just home. And then talking about it now and looking back, I so went into like a deep depression and postpartum and everything. And then having, you know, the kids, and it was summer and they just wanted to go outside, and I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. I'm just staying home. I'm going to be working. And I just literally, like, you know, you just feel alone. Even if you have your family next to you, like, you feel alone. There's an emptiness inside of you that it's like, you know, who do you speak to? Who do you speak to? Like, I just had a mass being removed from me. And then, like, before that, in the same time, I lost a baby. Like, I may be strong for others, but when I'm strong, it's like, I just feel like in a hole. But with God, it's just a lot of prayers, and my family, my mom, you know, is being there, and just my family just being there, and my support system, and, you know, And that's when 2017 was hard. Super hard. Harder than 2020, believe it or not. So come the following year, that's when I decided to leave my job. And that's when my weight just, it was through the roof. I just looked swollen everywhere. But I wouldn't weigh myself because I was afraid. Forget the weight, forget the scale. I just couldn't fit my freaking clothes. And that was the year that we went to Disney World. We went, where else did we go? I think, yeah, we went to Disney World that June, and I think we went to Mexico that February. So eso era una altura, and not paying attention to my weight, not paying attention to my blood pressure, not paying attention to nothing. I was just living, quote unquote living. So 2018 came about, and I was like, okay, I want another baby. And it took me a long time because I was just afraid of, it didn't take me a long time because I had Justin in 2017, but mentally I was just like in a seesaw. Yes, no, should I do it, should I not, whatever. I became pregnant with Ava 2018 and had her 2019. C-section, because of the myomectomy. That's what it was. The removal of that fibroid is called the myomectomy because it was that big. Since I had that and I had scarring in my uterus, they had to do a C-section. So that was, you know, a monster within its own self. But everything came out fine. Clearly, you see her running around and talking. She's perfectly fine. So now, starting my journey in 2020 and taking pictures, I always was noticing that I would only take pictures like from here up. I would never take a full body picture because I didn't feel comfortable. Sometimes I still don't feel comfortable. Like I wore that beautiful dress on New Year's and I felt sexy, I felt everything, but I still didn't, I'm not at the goal that I want to be yet. But I'm getting there. I'm starting to like and enjoy getting, taking pictures of my full body because then I compare it to my past pictures and I can also see my progression and say, you know what, I'm doing it. Like finally, like right now, I honestly feel that I am almost the figure that I was before I had my babies, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure about the weight. I'll work on the weight later. That's one of my goals, to weigh myself, and write things down and just make sure that I'm hitting my goals, physically in my journey, my fitness journey. But I just wanted to come on here and just say that as a woman, you go through so many changes in your body that you don't notice until, whether it's weight gain or loss of a baby. It takes time. All of that takes time. But when you have a loss, mentally, physically, spiritually, like, you're all over the place. Like, your thoughts are all over the place. And I just wanted to come on here and just, say it's okay. You're not alone. Things will happen at its due time. And anybody that says to you, Dios sabe lo que hace, don't take that so personally. Don't take like people asking you. If it's a family member that's asking you and they really genuinely like care about you, that's fine. Let them console you. If it's people that just want to be nosy, you don't have to say nothing to them. You keep that shit to yourself. Like, you talk your hurt to people that you can trust. You can come on here and you can DM me and ask me any questions. I'm open to it. Like, if we had like a physical meeting, that's one thing that I really wanted to do, was have like, just a regular women's meeting, women's empowerment stuff, because all of us need each other, whether women like it or not. But I say all of that to say this. Treat your body as a temple. This is the only body that you have. Whether you're going to remake it or whether you're going to put in the work, but also tie in your mental, your spiritual, and your physical all together. And things will come together in a way that you will not notice because you're so used to seeing yourself in the mirror and you're seeing yourself like still in the pre-goal instead of the goal that you're supposed to be seeing. So give it time. Be patient with yourself. You need lots of patience with yourself. Personal development is something super big that is helping out a lot of people. Some people are not doing personal development, of course, because they don't know about personal development. Eating healthier, yes, it helps. Having a nutritional balance within your body and your schedule, it helps. Drinking water every single day, it helps. That's why I became a Herbalife coach. And I love it. I have more energy. I can run around after my daughter. I can run around after my kids without having to huff and puff, whether to have them stop and check on me because I am almost passing out because I have no air. That's embarrassing. To have 3 kids with so much energy and you're here trying to walk from here all the way to one of the baseball fields and you have to stop every single time to just sit down and take a breath. Now I could honestly and confidently say I can walk from my house all the way to, let's say, 23rd Street, and whoever lives in Manhattan knows that from here to 23rd Street, that last field in FDR Drive, it's a bitch. Especially in 90-degree weather, almost 100-degree weather, just to walk over there and have a game. It's horrible. But I've done it. I've done it multiple times with a brand new baby and having to breastfeed her as soon as I got over there. So yes, getting on a nutritional plan is hard at first, but it's because we're so used to a certain schedule, a certain time of feeding, a certain type of food that we eat, stuff that we shouldn't be eating. But physically and mentally, those two things tie together perfectly. And when you have that down packed, not perfect, because everyone's not perfect. My imperfection is okay for me, and I accept it every single day. I'm not perfect, but if I have something to share, I'm going to share with all of you guys, because guess what? Sometimes we just need to hear someone else say it and say, oh my God, that's exactly how I feel. Oh my God, I've been through that. Oh my God, she's doing it. That's awesome. She's my inspiration. Or, I don't look for it for any likes. I don't look for it for any views. I do it because I want to help someone else that's out there. Someone to listen, whoever's going to listen to this is going to listen to it regardless. I don't care if nobody listens to it. At least I know that I took this off my chest. That has been going. I've been wanting to do this video for such a long time that I feel so much better. I feel like a weight has been lifted. And when I do things with fear, that I have that gut feeling like, oh my God, tengo miedo, I'm anxious of doing it, I'm going to do it. That's how I'm going to treat 2021, with fear. Because guess what? 50% of it is going to get accepted, and 50% of it is not going to get accepted. Who cares? Who cares? This is my story, my life, and I want to share it. And guess what? And I'm okay with that. So on that note, guys, have a great night, and God bless.